Magandang Lunes sa inyong lahat. 4 days na lang, New Year na. Kamusta po ang ating Christmas? Sana po ay naging masaya at safe ang ating Pasko sa gitna ng ating naranasang pandemya. Today is December 28, 2020. Welcome po sa Monday edition ng The Stock Market Today. Ako po si Benji Chidoro, nag-aanyaya. Nasamahan ninyo ako at sabay nating tingnan ang pinaka-latest na balita tungkol sa Skyway Stage 3 at ang balita tungkol sa acquisition ng Meralco Power Gen at ang resulta ng trading sa PSE ngayong araw. Lahat ng yan dito lamang sa Monday, December 28, 2020 edition ng The Stock Market Today. Bago pong lahat, basahin po muna natin ang ating mga reminders at disclaimers. At habang binabasa po natin ito, kung first time niyo po dito sa ating channel, ay nag-start po akong magbigay ng daily stock market report noong August. I invite you to subscribe to my channel so you will always be updated with the latest news and information on the stock market and the most active stocks in the PSE. I am a retired employee of one of the Philippines' largest banks. I was also an OFW when I was assigned to our branch in Hong Kong as head of compliance. Mga 8 months din po akong namalagi sa ibang bansa. And after that, I was assigned through the grace of God as Chief Compliance Officer of a bank subsidiary. Since early 2000, I started investing in UITFs, and a few years later, I started investing in stocks. I review the most active stocks in the Philippine market using technical analysis, and sometimes I add a bit of fundamental analysis. By the way, if you want me to review your favorite stock, please comment on the comment box below, and I will do my best to do the review. Okay, the Philippine Stock Exchange lost 82.13 points to end at 7122.25. That's 1.4%, a 1.14% decline. If we'll take a look at the market summary, 175 companies declined, 62 advanced, while 34 remained unchanged. There was net foreign selling at 98.26 million. As for the all-share index, the all-share index declined by 0.94%. All the sectoral indices also declined, and this was led by the financials at 1.99%. However, there was net foreign buying on the industrials, mining, properties, and services, but the net result for the foreign transactions was a net sell of 98.26 million. Let's take a look at the most active stocks. Let's take a look at DITO, ACEN, APL, BDO, MER, MPI, and JGS. We have news on these 3 companies. We also will review AR and SMC. We also have news on SMC on the Skyway and Merrimart. Okay, let's now start with our first stock, DITO. Okay, DITO, wow, look at that. DITO had a breakout. So, clear breakout po ito. It gained 1.11 points or 12.76%. That's a lot. And there was net foreign buying on the stock at 49.96 million. So, if you'll see the formation of the candlesticks, our indicator remains under the candlestick, indicating a bullish momentum on the stock. And right now, the gain of 1.11 points was accompanied by volume. So there is a bullish divergence. There appears to be a bullish divergence on the stock based on the RSI. So this is the highest level that DITO had over its entire life. So let's take a look at over its entire existence, I think. Yes, this is the highest level since the highest was the highest price was 8.62 registered on November 12, 2018, and it surpassed that. It surpassed that 2 days ago, yesterday, or rather last Thursday or Wednesday last week. Yan. So I cannot place a ceiling on this except that we will place it at 9.89, which is the highest, because that is what is available. So since the stock is bullish, we expect dito to move further up. But up to where, I cannot say right now. So let's now take a look at the next, ACEN. ACEN also had a breakout accompanied by volume, and the increase was 8.82% or 0.65 points up. And we'll take a look at the historical. Let's take a look at the historical. Again, this is the highest level since its inception, 8.08. So I cannot place a resistance here because there is no historical precedence. But what I can do is to set a support level, which is right here. Yan ang support level niya, 7.34. But the resistance area I cannot because there is no historical data to support. In the meantime, I expect the stock to further move up because of the volume here. Now, two things may happen in the coming days. Actually, there's just one trading day left. It may go up or mag-profit taking siya. Pero I don't think it will go that route, the profit taking route, because there is this momentum on the stock. It has been green for the past 5 days. Okay, let's now take a look at the next, APL. Another breakout for APL. So if you'll notice, I've been doing the second liners, no? So Apollo Global Capital had a breakout, and it has been moving up since December 4. And let's see kung meron bang catalyst to. Clarification of news reports. Mukhang market sentiment lang siya. Anyway, 52-week high is 1380. So right now the stock is at 1250. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Okay, 1380 was the 52-week high, which occurred today. Yan. So since this is a 52-week high, wala tayong historical reference on the resistance. And since there is volume, two things may happen. No? Mukhang mag-consolidate, mag-profit taking kinabukasan, or the stock may continue to move higher. Okay, BDO. BDO down sa BDO today, and it continued to move downwards, bearish sentiment, and just like what I have said in the previous days, the resistance or the support rather that we're looking at is 100.74 or 101. When I talk of support and resistance, I mean these are areas and not exact points. So it may retest this level before it could probably bounce. And if you'll take a look at the RSI confirms our bearish indication since it dived below the 50 level. It's 46.45. So these are the key areas that we have to take a look at. And support, the nearest resistance that we may also take a look at would be 110. Okay, then let's take a look at MER. Okay, MER had a recovery today, and it opened with a gap up at 285 pesos, and it ended at 288 or 5.8 points higher than the previous day's close. So the reverse hammer here, the one that you see here, which is below all our moving averages indicator, the reverse hammer that you see here, is a sign of reversal, which it was confirmed today. Okay, let's take a look at the news on MER. MER had an acquisition. So according to the business world, Meralco unit to take full control of global business power. A subsidiary of Meralco will fully own one of the leading power producers outside Luzon, after the latter's two biggest stakeholders signed a deal to transfer their respective holdings for around 34.47 billion. Last Wednesday, Meralco said its Meralco Power Gen Corp or MGen signed agreements with Beacon Power Gen Holdings and JG Summit for the transfer of their respective shareholdings in Global Business Power Corp or GBP. So they are buying into Global Business Power Corp. Now, the Global Business Power Corp is currently owned by Beacon Power Holding, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Metro Pacific. Beacon Power holds 56% ownership, while JGS has 30% ownership. And MGen will be acquiring them for 22.44 billion and 12.02 billion respectively. So they will be paying Beacon Power 22 billion and JG Summit at 12.02 billion. Incidentally, MGen also owns 14% of Global Business Power Corp. In other words, when the transaction is complete, MGen will own 100% of Global Business Power Corp. So it's a form of consolidating ownership instead na hiwa-hiwalay. No? So according to Meralco, the transfer is expected to deliver scale and operational synergy to both GBP and MGen. So in other words, to deliver scale meaning to be more efficient in the power production. Okay, so those are the news, and these are the companies which figured. So let's now take a look at MER. So nagkaroon ng recovery, and in fact the stock bounced at the support level of 281. Yan, nag-bounce siya. So, nag-hold yung support level of 281.7. Right now, I would say that the stock is consolidating, but because of this bounce here, it may probably consolidate and move higher in the coming days. Remember, we just have one working day of the year before year end. And so the key resistance that I see would be the 300 level there. So that's it for Meralco. Let's take a look at MPI, the parent company of Meralco. By the way, Metro Pacific owns 45% of Meralco, and JG Summit owns 29.56%. Okay, just to give you some perspective. Okay, just like Meralco, Metro Pacific also bounced. No, it had the support here, which is apparently holding. And so here there is a morning star, and this was confirmed by a solid green candlestick today. No, Metro Pacific gained 2.15%. So there is a sign of reversal, although our moving averages, the 20-day, appears to be piercing through the candlestick, and it's still over the price of 427. The EMA 20 is now at 428. It's 427 here. So with this sign of reversal, Meralco is expected, or MPI is expected, to move higher in the coming days. Okay, JGS. Recovery din siguro ito. Uy, hindi. Mukhang bullish abandon baby. But if you'll notice, the red candlesticks, the successive 3 red candlesticks here, appears to be a sign of weakness that the bearish sentiment is about to end. So, mukhang sign of reversal to. Ngayon, pagka meron tayong nakita green candlestick dito in the following day, then nag-recover na at nag-reverse na yung trend on the stock. In the meantime, I see this as consolidating. So the stock, the JGS is just consolidating at this point. So the levels that we have to take a look at would be the resistance of 73.8 and the support of yan yun your support 69.7. Okay, AR. Uy, AR, look at that. Pataas ng pataas ito. So dito, if you'll see here, nag-profit taking noong December 16, it consolidated somewhat, but here it continued to move higher, although the volume is a bit above average. So nakikita ko dito is that, let's take a look at the weekly chart. Okay, it's the highest this is the highest price since March 2018. Kasi na-reach ng stock yung peak niya noong so far dito November 3, 2014, when it had a high of 0.0095 centavos. Ngayon 0.0035 lang. So because of that, it's either that the stock, if the volume would hold, then the stock would probably move higher. And let's take the next level. The next resistance level at 0.0038 will be the next resistance level. So kung ma-break yan, kasi yung previous resistance was this Ito yung previous resistance dyan. 0.0031 yung previous resistance ni AR. So yan ang mga levels na kailangan nating bantayan. So bullish yung stocks ngayon. Next, SMC. We have some good news on SMC. Before we go to the stock, let me share with you the news on the Skyway. This just came in just a few hours ago. Skyway 3 to partially open December 29. Free for a month, says San Miguel. Magandang news ito dahil at last the connector road will become a reality. And I am particularly interested in the Skyway because this connector road, because I travel to Manila once a week. Instead of taking me an hour to get to my destination, minutes na lang to. So San Miguel Corp said Monday it will partially open Skyway 3, Monday is today, to motorists on December 29, Tuesday, which is tomorrow, and will not be charging fees on the new tollway for a month. The Skyway 3, which connects the North Luzon Expressway to the South Luzon Expressway, will have 4 usable lanes on its soft opening, the company said. By January 14, San Miguel will formally open all 7 lanes to the entire 18-kilometer stretch from Buendia, Makati to NLEX, and said SMC President and CEO Ramon Ang. So that's very good news indeed. So let's now take a look at the San Miguel stock. Okay, it ended with a red candlestick today, although it ended, it closed lower. It went as low as 122, but buyers pushed the stock prices up. Okay, so tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari bukas with this news on the Skyway. In the meantime, the nearest support would be here. 125, and the resistance that we have to take note of is 140, 139.9 or 140. Next, our last stock is Merrimart. Merrimart continues to consolidate. So if we'll just draw a Darvas box here, dyan lang siya naglalaro, no? Yung stock. So the upper border would be our resistance at 6.40, while the lower border is our support at 5.61. So Merrimart just continues to consolidate as our RSI continues to dip. By the way, if you want your stocks reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will do the review for you. I-prioritize mo natin yun. Okay, so that's it for our Monday edition of the stock market today. December 28, 2020. Ito po si Benji Chidoro, nagpapaalala. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Mag-ingat po kayo sa paputok. Bawal po yan. See you again in our next episode. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Bye for now.